Roman's a really extreme character, and when I read it, I thought that he would be an enormous amount of fun to play. Well, Roman, the first thing about him is that he's been kicked out of his family. He comes from a very, very wealthy family, and he's such a prick that his family have kicked him out, and they don't have anything to do with him. He can't stand that. So what he's decided to do is to show his family, he's trying to become the head of all of the crime organizations in Gotham. He wants to be his father in terms of what his father is in the business world, or how successful his father is in making money. He wants to be that in terms of like leading, and the way he wants to do it is by leading all the sort of crime organizations. So he's trying to bully his way and extort his way into like amassing all of the crime organizations and crime families in Gotham behind him. Victor Zsasz is his right-hand man. He does all the dirty work. He does all the actual nasty violence, and Roman enjoys watching him do it, but I don't think he wants to get his hands dirty by doing it himself. There's lots of different strands to their relationship, which made it such a joy to play with him. Yeah. He's quite extraordinary, Chris, to work with, so it was great fun. It was like carte blanche. You could just do whatever you like because it's Gotham. It's not. It's a lot of sort of Miami. It's very camp. It's fun. I remember the first costume fitting and just seeing all these like very pointy boots and suits made out of amazing coloured fabrics, and it was fun. It was really fun, and I felt like sort of cut against the violence of the man. You might not imagine sort of a violent character being dressed like that. I like that element to it, that he's and the thing about Roman is he's very charismatic, and people really like to be around. You know, he's very charming, and people like to be around him. And he can change on a change on a dime. Is that the expression? Anyway, he can change his mood very, very quickly. But I had to achieve that side of him that people liked. You know, that people wanted to hang out with him. And I think that's part of his nightclub feel. And he's just always either incredibly exotically dressed in this club or draped in robes. And he has a obsession on masks, you know, and he collects masks from all over the world. I loved working with Margot. It's interesting because when you're working with her on set, you're just working with her as an actor. And I didn't, you know, we'd have great chats about what we were doing, but it didn't ever feel like her producerial role seemed to, she dealt with that very seamlessly. So that was nice. It was just interesting to do. I'm not quite sure I've ever done a movie like that before, where it really felt like every take was just a new experience. It's almost like a collection of first takes. You know, often you sort of build through take. You know, you explore the scene in rehearsal, and then you maybe shoot the wide shot, and you sort of start to hone what you're doing through the takes. So maybe when you get to the fifth or sixth take, you feel like you've got it. You've gone in a direction. Well, this one was like left and right and up and down, and there was no working through anything. It was always new. Yeah, it was just great. I mean, there was no bad apple. It was just fun to play with everybody, really. And we were doing some, you know, one night we'd be doing a car chase in a Rolls Royce, and the next night we'd be doing a musical number on stage in the nightclub, or in a horrifically violent scene with Zsasz in a fish market, or it was really fun. And I really like the way that Kathy created Gotham, in that it was really interesting. It wasn't as far away from our world, if you like, as it has been in other movies. And I thought that was really quite good. But our characters were quite extreme and out there, as you might imagine in a film that's led by Harley Quinn, you know. But the actual surroundings were quite familiar in a way. It made it feel closer to home, which was cool.